Alright, first attempt at recording a video that's not live. We're going to be checking out Remnants. As you can see up here, it is in early access. Checked out about an hour of it yesterday, kind of just to see if it was going to even be worth playing at the moment. There is some potential in it. We're going to quickly just do a whole new one. I kind of got an idea of what we want the rates to be. So we are going to quickly just adjust everything. Times 5 is what I'm going to run at just to kind of speed things up. You can change a few things now. So far we only have one map for it. True, false for admin rights. Player count I believe is capped at 15 on a private connection like we're going to do. I know hosted servers are already out. In fact, there's my test server. We'll just do a new one. We'll do a playthrough. Play will work. Don't even worry about playthrough. Probably won't use this one much. Hopefully the audio levels, everything is good on this. It's a little easier on live streams. I can hear the playback of it. Gives me an idea. Just hoping this video comes out decent. But it's very similar to Rust style games. Fact, same game engine from what I'm understanding it's running on. Some of the same assets that are in Rust are in this. But for, as you can see at the bottom, solely developed and self-funded, I mean, it's a very solid game. Didn't notice much as far as just general rule bugs while I was playing yesterday. Building's a little clunky, but early access, so plenty of time to polish and work on that. Early access just started on the 5th of March, I believe, so relatively new game for anybody to be able to get in and check out. We will be back when this is finished. Alright, pretty quick on the load. Took about a minute and a half, 2 minutes to get in. Uh, Great thing is, new spawn point every time you start the game. The first time I spawned in, I got in a desert biome. Wasn't that fun. Do wish we could get a tutorial on explaining how to do everything. Takes a few minutes to get used to it. For example, you would think you could pick these plants. Those are not the plants you can pick. The plants over here cannot be picked either. But real quick, as you can see, the game does look nice. Little empty feeling at first. Doesn't just seem like you're got a bunch of what do you want to call it? What's the word for this? Game assets to fill the world up. Green plants, harvestable. You will want to harvest you quite a few to get started with. Same with stones. That is why we turned the rates up, just to get started quicker. So, get your stone, beat a tree, get you a little bit of wood, tab opens up your menu. Crafting is all on the right hand side. We will want to start by making some rope. You can adjust quantity you want to make over here as well. Add it to queue and hit craft. And go back to hitting your tree. As you can see though, we're getting green wood off these. To get regular wood, you need to either dry green wood out, or you can find dead trees or logs on the ground. For now though, the green wood will work for what we want, because now we can make a stone hatchet. Stone pickaxe, we're going to need to find us some stone real quick. Just run up to any old rock you see and give it a whack. If it says rocks, that means stone are the only thing you will get out of it. Boulders, however, have a chance of metal. From what I'm seeing, there are different types of trees as well. Haven't really noticed anything different about which trees give what. But, for example, this one right here, somewhere there should be a name. Need to whack it first. We got a pine tree. Oyster tree. So, nice that there are different types of trees to find, things to harvest. Not everything's just one type. Next thing you'll want to do, go ahead and get your rock off the hotbar. You will not need that anymore. Give the stone pickaxe a few seconds. We will want a stone hammer as well. We will add that to queue. Everything will build on its own. You no longer have to worry about watching it. As well as we are going to go ahead. We want the campfire first. Because we want to find us a nice place to live. You'll want to find a road pretty soon just to get started. Because from what I can tell, roads are good to follow. You will find signposts that kind of show you your location on the map because there is not a in-game map as far as I can tell. It may be something you need to craft in the future using research. Thinking I'm going to try to stay towards the woods this time. I'd like to see where I'm located out on a map. It seems that things to hunt were very, very scarce. In fact, I only ever found one fox while I was in the desert biome. Maybe biomes will have different quantities based on where you are at. So we're going to try the foresty area over here as soon as I can figure out exactly where my location is. Want to make sure I'm somewhere that I can move between the other biomes at. I believe there were 5 biomes that are shown on the map, as well as a few large structures. When we can get to a map, I'll kind of point them out. Check around, make sure nothing was down in this valley worth checking out. Kind of looking for any points of interest structures, things that might have some goodies in them. And up ahead we do have a road sign. Um, Usually the road signs will just tell you what is a select direction. And if there is a road sign there, it wants you to follow a road. Don't just turn at the road sign thinking the arrow is going to point you in the direction through the woods or desert. That is not the case. Everything seems to be centered around actual roads or trails that are distinguishable. So, Hillside Town. Let's go over here. These are the road maps I was referring to, kind of old school look. When I started, I was down in the bottom in that big desert. I started about there, where that little divot is. And before I found a road sign, I had actually already started running west, so I actually was making it towards the forest over here on the other server world I had created. But we're going to run up to this town and see what is there. Make sure to get us a bow and some arrows before we start that, though. I believe that is probably going to have some people in it. So, real quick, we will want to go ahead, maybe make a sleeping bag as well, but for now, we are going to make a bunch of rope. So we're going to need regular wood. Unfortunately, everything here seems to be good and alive, not really drying out or decaying in any way, so we may have to actually dry the wood out. But we do have a tree branch or two up here. Once it breaks, it is gone. You don't have to worry about trying to chop up the pieces for more. Once again, at the start, you will never have enough materials. We're going to quickly gather everything we can before I go into that small town behind us. Check around, make sure there's no small point of interest housing, any kind of structures we might be able to check out. A lot of times you'll find water containers there to get a small drink of water, which we are hurting. Bottom left hand corner are your basic survival tabs: food, water, stamina, health. To get it back for like your food hydration, come in insect forms. You unfortunately have to use one at a time, or if you grab it, put it on your hotbar. You can just click and eat them one at a time as well while you're walking, doing other things, including while you're sprinting. Which, that is nice. If you're not going to give us the ability to eat a few items at a time, at least give us the ability to eat on the go. And from what I can see, your food and water will not help regenerate your health from the basic food resources. But we should have everything we need to make a bow and arrows. I believe you get 20 arrows per batch. So let's go ahead and make 25 or so. We are going to put the bow here for the hammer. We don't need the campfire just yet. Get this bow out and see if we can get us some lunch. So it is 5 arrows per, anytime you kill something, it is just E to search. You don't have to butcher it or anything on your own. Shift left click will bring everything over real quick, and just like resources, they poof away once you grab everything. So let's see if we can get a few more of them, place this campfire down. In fact, there is a person already. Almost guaranteed they're hostile, so we're going to try to get established before we go over there. Cloth, unfortunately, I have not figured out how to get. If you click on things here, let's, for example, find something that needs rope, I believe will do it. So yeah, see, you click on it, it brings up exactly how to craft it. I'm assuming either it's a researchable craft or it's something you just find. I haven't really seen any wool style plants, anything like that. This one to give other resources other than just straight fiber, which can be turned into yarn. Did not see a way to use the yarn to make uh, any form of cloth though, so we can take the yarn, we'll make 8 of them. That's what I got the plant fiber for. Let us go ahead and queue up a wood shelter. Not the greatest thing in the world, to be honest, a little disappointing, but it definitely does its purpose well. We'll have to wait for a few more things to finish queuing. While we're doing that, we are going to hit some more trees. And while I'm waiting on all that to queue, I will go ahead and pause the video and be back in a minute. Alright, we're back. So what I have done so far is I threw me up a little house real quick. We are dying because we are dehydrated, so we'll eat these while I'm discussing this. Basically, you use your hammer to build. Left click builds, right click destroys. You do need extra resources once you place down the actual wood shelter. It is just kind of a wooden stick outline. You gotta click it until it tells you maximum upgrade has been reached, which is right above your toolbar. That is how you'll know if it's done. We're gonna do this real quick so I can go over the inventory setup. Until you build bags or backpacks, your inventory slot is just the first 2 rows. You do have helmets and pants, shirts, boots. If you click on the green arrow parts, here are your extras. There are more to it than just what shows, so you got your gadgets, your vest, your gloves, your mask. Everything does something different. Down here is your current protections over the different things. Clearly being naked, no protection. That is why I went ahead and crafted a sleeping bag. This seems like the best place as ever to have as our respawn point, considering we're probably going to die of dehydration pretty quick. What I was saying about the building in this game, though, is this is the problem. Uh, Land that looks flat isn't always as flat as you would think. Makes it kind of hard to place things. You can have somewhere that's completely open and it still not let you build there. have not done anything with the sleeping bags. Hopefully there is no need to have to set it as a spawn point. Doesn't give me any interaction. Did build a workbench, which allows you to build certain other things. Have not had a chance to play with any of the windows. Not sure how to do windows, to be honest, because as you can see, this is our construction stuff, and here are bars, but not sure that those will actually create a window. Uh, do have building plans. Doesn't seem necessary to actually build anything with it. Doors basically are like this. That shows you which way it's going to open. If you want it to open indoors, that will be indoors. I prefer mine to be indoors and not open outwards. Doors, when you place them, as you can see above the toolbar, door is locked. Hold E on it and unlock it. When you lock it, you are locked. That is what I was referring to. I would rather this door open indoors even when I'm inside, but it opens outdoors even though the placement showed that it would be opening indoors. Yeah, these spacers, unfortunately, I do not believe are working. We are dying due to dehydration. We'll take a health hit. Uh, Hopefully we can get that worked out. I'm gonna run down. We're just up from that small town we were looking at. Make sure there's nothing else I'm gonna need, because I have this great storage chest where we will store our items. Middle mouse click is how you rotate. Um, do not scroll. Scroll will just take you through your other stuff. And we want to go ahead and deposit everything we can in here because it is not looking good for us at the moment. I will grab those arrows back though. We won't need the hammer on us. We do have 2 bandages. We're just gonna go in here and do what we can real quick. I did cook that meat up. Cooked meat does give you 5 health back as well as pretty good food. Unfortunately, dehydration is a real issue. I had to back off the town. These people started to get closer and closer to where I was standing as well, so as you can tell, this dude looks like he's in some kind of armored machine, so we're gonna try to see what we can do with him. You do gotta lead a little bit with your arrows to be able to hit, kind of like duck shoot. Whoa! Well, this ain't looking good for us, guys, because these don't seem to be doing much to him. As far as I can tell, there's no health bar for the enemies, and I know the audio is probably extremely low with the loud radiation. As you can see, I'm getting 270 radiation. So those guys are called collectors. And I know that's probably bleeding your eardrums out. So we'll go ahead and select at camp. Hopefully this puts us on our bag. And we are back at our bag. Bag is still there, so it looks like there's not a degrading system for respawning there. So the town will not be doable, but there is something I wanted to point out which I love about this game. Let me climb the mountain. The point of interest seem to not really have a view distance. So if you get up really, really high somewhere, you look between those trees right there in front of me, there's an observation tower as well as what looks like to be a radio tower. Uh, I really enjoy that when a game isn't clouding my view distance, especially when there's no in-game map other than if you find one on the side of the road, which does show these point of interest if they're bigger items. It's really, really, really nice to be able to actually see these places from pretty much as far away as you can see them from with nothing blocking them. Uh, might just go check that out. I'm not sure about this town. Seems to be a little higher level than what we're currently capable of. There are levels in this game. I have yet to get past level 1 with the XP. So we'll see how that goes. I turned these rates all the way to 5 as y'all seen, and it's still pretty slow when it comes to your XP. Clearly I haven't been going out killing a bunch of things. That maybe what's hampering me. All I seen was those boars. Might go back over there, try to kill a few of them. But the water hydration issue is becoming a problem because I have no way to get water. You can build a water sack that holds it. I forgot what this game refers to them as. Boda bags. However, to make a Boda bag, you need animal hide. Uh, it feels like drops are random when you kill certain things, so it's the luck of a draw if you get animal skin. I only received fat off of the last boar I killed. We'll grab our insects out of here as well as plant fiber. I did get charcoal from cooking that meat and burning a few logs. You cannot put green wood into a campfire with other wood to get uh, dry wood out of it. I'm not sure how we're going to dry the wood out. But right now, let's go ahead. We're going to just go ahead and make new stuff. We are not going to try to go retrieve that. Uh, from the looks of it, it seemed like I was pretty close to him. We're going to go ahead and queue up those arrows. Might sneak over here and try to get this bag. I'm not sure if there actually is a sneak mechanic in the game yet. As you can see, the bags are pretty noticeable from a distance. We'll run up here. Hopefully this collector is not within range still. And we'll go ahead and grab everything real quick. Put our hatchets, pickaxe, bandages, things back on our hotbar. Should be getting night soon, so let's keep that torch where it is, and we'll throw the insects on the hotbar to eat on the go. I would really like to see a tutorial, kind of a here's what to do to get started. From what you can tell, there are none. You get controls for everything. Every time you open a menu, I'm sure there's a tool help option that you can turn off in the menu somewhere. Not a huge deal to me if tooltips are on, as long as they're not on the screen constantly. But we need to quickly start running around and try to find some buildings, something we can try to sneak into or get into to see if we can find any water. These insects do give you one hydration. One hydration is not a lot. I'm gonna kind of pop my head down here. Ooh. Okay, so as you can hear, Geiger counter starts going up. This place is radiated. Uh, Not sure what to do about the radiation to be able to help us at the moment. I do see something down there. Not sure what that green thing is, but it's piqued my interest. And this guy doesn't seem to be a collector. First, let's see if we can hit this boar a few good times. Two shots, he's dead. Oh, got a weapon. Take him down. 3, 4, 5. These aren't headshots, but they're body shots. That was a headshot. Oh, and we're bleeding. So let's quickly bandage up. We stopped the bleeding, but he did have some 5.56 ammo. Bandages basically are usable. They do not regenerate health of any kind. I need to get to that boar. These guys seem to move pretty quick. Let's see if we can take him out, because I need that meat. That way I can start cooking. Try to ping him a few times from a distance. They seem to do have an aggro range. Because as you can see, he is getting hit, but it seems I'm out of his range of what he can detect me at, so he kind of just runs around looking for, I guess, what hit him within what the system says his range is. I'd really like to try to figure this out, because their movements are erratic. He doesn't seem to really stop. Because I'd like to try to get this boar without getting snuck up on, which it really ain't sneaking up when he's running around all in front of me. Ah! And we lose experience, as you see, research point lost. You get research points every time you level up from the way things look. Making a research table, on the other hand, is requiring materials I have yet to find. I believe it was shattered glass or glass fragments. Let's take a look at that real quick, and we'll run back, see if we can get that body, if he's backed off of it a little bit. But, where is it? Research bench. So yeah, glass fragments, metal plates. I do know where to get metal from. You can craft metal pipes as well straight out of inventory. Like I was saying when we first started, in the boulders, not stones or rocks, you will find metal mixed in with the rocks, which you can just harvest. With a pickaxe, you make a mold to make those ingots. Have not got to actually smelt anything because you need a furnace. And I believe a furnace required maybe glass fragments as well. There was something that was holding me back from being able to make it. So we're going to take a little bit of kind of the radiation clicks, but nothing too bad. You will see it if it becomes a problem. So there's our green thing that I'm curious of. I want to see if it's some kind of a fruit or vegetable tree. And he is still very close. So we're going to go up here. I'm not sure if the boar will attack me if I get too close to it. I'd like to harvest his friend if his friend is still there too. So let's get everything quickly situated before they come back. We're going to put Bo in #1 spot. Yeah, he is close. I do not see that other boar I killed, so I'm assuming you do have a limited amount of time to gather any resources. I'm not sure if he still has health loss, so let's go ahead and test that while we're just seeing what's happening with this here. Okay, so either I got really lucky or they do not regenerate health. I feel like I had headshot them a few times already, and they did not die in one hit, so I'm going to assume it is not a one-hit kill. He just did not regenerate his health back. We're going to go after this boar. As you can see, when you hit most things, they flinch. Good hits on the boar tended to be about 2 good hits. We did get a skull. You can make skull lantern lamps with them. Not sure what else, but what I was checking. So these are plant fiber stacks. There are wood stacks in the game as well as some rock piles, I believe is what it was. Basically where you can get better amounts of that basic resource. For now, though, we're going to leave this town alone. Unfortunately, did not get any cloth of any type off of any of that, so we're going to try and see what a few more boars will give us. If it doesn't seem like we're going to get anything new, we'll move on and go to something else. I would like to check out that observation radio tower. Oh, so yes, boars seem to attack. If you are attacking the other ones, he was within range of me, and now he is not happy. And shooting on the go is hard. Your arrow sticks to the same original trajectory, so gotta be careful. We did get a blood pack. Maybe that'll give us some health regen. I'm not sure how detailed this game has got into making health items. It does seem everything has like its own personal stamina. I noticed that crazy also would stop every so often. It doesn't seem like they can just go unlimited amount of time. But this here is a boulder. We will get metal ore and stones out of it. We will be mining up as much of this as we can get. Definitely want that metal. We need to go ahead and progress out of the Stone Age here and try to get us something that can do a little more damage. Possibly get some equipment out of it. Not sure how to advance though in what I'm able to build. Clearly there are guns and other metal weapons in the game, and if you look here, we do not have any melee weapons. Clicking these do not make a drop down log. Like I said earlier, I don't know that it's implemented in the game yet to be able to collapse any of it or expand it. But let's go ahead, because we can make handmade shells, so definitely going to be other stuff. There are bolts, so should be a crossbow. And if we look at our ranged weapons, we still only have a regular wooden bow. Do got these stone molds. Like I said, you need at least one of them to make it. That one requires a workbench. You can tell by the workbench symbol next to it. Skull lamps, we can use our skulls if we're able to make some low-grade fuel. I believe that was what held me back from making the furnace, actually, was the low-grade fuel. So let's look at that and see if we can make some low-grade fuel really quickly. Depending on what it is, probably not going to record much longer on this first section. We need cloth. Once again, I believe cloth is only found. Not sure that you can make it by any means yet in the game at the moment. Doesn't mean that it won't be there, just not at the moment, cannot be made. Uh, Traveling at night, I'm not sure how dangerous it is. I was in a desert, so I really didn't notice anything out of the ordinary, but it was a pretty abandoned, desolate area. Here are some decayed buildings, so let's see if we can get lucky, because my hydration is not doing good. Insects giving you one hydration each. That's something new I really don't want to deal with. I don't like wolves or dogs like this, in-game, out-of-game. Yeah, well, uh, there's wolves in the game. That's a new one. Maybe we can get cloth out of them though, so not all, not all bad. Wanted to see some new stuff. The foxes were not as aggressive, but good thing is that there is a little bit of resources still here. Uh, we can quickly get some regular wood and stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this video here. Might come back to it and do some more. Depends on how this video does as far as post recording, but we will see if there will be a part 2.